Greetings, one and all. We're just past the 4th of July holiday, and which means we're over halfway through with 2024. And because so many other music channels are making best of the year lists, the halfway mark list, figured I would do the same thing. So I have about a dozen albums over here that I'll talk about. And the first one I have to talk about is from the private collection of Saba and No ID. These guys came together, they collaborated on this record. No ID taking care of all the production, Saba, of course, taking care of everything else. I think it's a phenomenal record. Melodic rap, hip-hop project that I think has really great production and really great rapping, and I think maybe it's worth your time. The second album I'll talk about is Horses by Tobacco City. Not very often I get to actually lift up the record in one of these. I usually just hold up a JPEG. But anyway, Horses is a alt country, sort of cosmic country album. It's kind of ethereal, it's kind of psychedelic, and I think it's just beautiful. I think it's, even if you're not interested in country, it might be something to listen to just because you're curious. Maybe sometimes when you watch these videos, you might think, I wonder what that sounds like. And this might be a time to do that because even though they're a country group, I think they kind of do things their own way and it sounds really nice. Another one to feature is Choke Enough by OK Lou. Really great, there's the back. Really great alt pop, ambient, electronic album. Another album to talk about is I Heard That Noise by Quickly Quickly. This one's kind of cool. It's on a glittery cassette, if you can see that. Anyway, really neat sort of alt pop, ambient folk album. It kind of combines a lot of different genres and feels together, and I think it comes out really well. And I think the whole album is varied. There you get a lot of different sounds and textures on the album. Did a really great job mastering the album, so it really sounds beautiful and lush and purposeful and all those good things. So might be something to check out on that end. Death by Unga Bunga, Raw Muscular Power. I talked about these guys before, but Death by Unga Bunga is a garage rock, punk rock sort of outfit. I think this record is like super driving. I think it's in your face and I think it's really fun. And gotta be honest, I love that name. Okay, this one is really neat and I just got it in the mail. University, McCartney, It'll Be Okay. Here's the cassette version. It's got a live performance on the B-side, which I'm very excited to dig into. Anyway, these dudes, that's their debut album. They're super young. They're just getting started, but they're playing kind of Midwest emo. They're doing emo their own way, and I think they're doing a really good job. And I just cannot stop listening to that record. And so great job to you kids out there who are University. And I can't wait to hear what's next. Another album I just cannot seem to put down. Call it recency bias, I don't know, but Pressure by Julia Wolf. Julia Wolf describes herself as like alt pop, and I think if you listen to this album, I'm not really sure that I would describe it as alt pop. I think emo is a pretty good descriptor. At times, it's like alt metal even. Julia Wolf does a really good job just taking all these different sounds and all these different genres and smashing them together to really great effect, and I think it works really well. And so in my review I was very jokey, and maybe that could come off as that I was like not taking the record seriously. I do think it's very good. So really fun project, especially if you like alt pop. F.U. Skrillex, you think you're Andy Warhol, but you're not. I think that's the whole title, by Skrillex. Skrillex is back. Surprise new dubstep, house, drum and bass project. It also sounds like a DJ mix, the way that the tracks just like effortlessly flow into the next part, and it's all mixed really well. And so, yeah, I think it's super fun. A lot of great features, a lot of great little ad libs on there from DJ Smokey, and yeah, I think it's really fun, really neat, and I had a great time listening to it. Not It's not straight up and down dubstep. So if you're like, oh, Skrillex, he only does dubstep. He is varied. He contains multitudes. He doesn't just do dubstep. He does do that, but he does other things too. Another album to talk about, Louder Please by Rose Gray. Really fun electro pop dance album, another alt pop if you want to call it that. But I think Rose Gray just did a really good job on this album, and I do think that Wet and Wild is maybe one of my favorite singles of the whole year. So great job on that. And yeah, I come back to it, I have fun, I listen to it, and I think, oh, this is great. This, maybe this is what the summer sounds like, or maybe whatever. Great job. And a couple of KC projects to highlight because they're damn good. And even if you're not from KC, you should check them out. The first one to talk about, Debts by Scab. And I talked about this record quite a bit in a recent review, and I think it's great. I think Scab did a really good job. I think the way that the whole thing comes together is really nice. I think the production's really nice, and I said it during the review, but I think Scab has a very unique delivery that, hard to put him in a box. He's doing his own thing, and I think it's really fun, and I think it's really cool, and I think the project is great. If you like hip hop, if you like people having fun, check it out. Family Function by Stranded in the City, another great Kansas City act, and they're taking, just like a lot of the groups I mentioned on here. Stranded in the City takes a lot of different elements, a lot of different genres. They mash them together, and to great effect. So they're taking Latin rock, maybe you'd think of like Santana or something like that, R&B, funk, soul. They're mixing all these things together, and it sounds perfect. They, I've said this before, Stranded in the City really does remind me a lot of War, which also has a Kansas City connection. I think Stranded in the City is really damn good, and seeing them live, they sound great. So that's all I got to talk about this week. I will see you later when I'll see you later when we'll talk about even more new music. Check out these records. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. So there you go. Take care. See you later. Bye-bye.